Hello Aries, welcome to my channel. This is 𝍊𝑋𝍊𝑑𝑒𝑚555. This is going to be your January 2020. Welcome to 2020. We've launched a new decade. And this particular reading is just like the one that I did a while back, and it's called A Message from the Gods. And there's, in this particular reading, there's one god or deity that wishes to speak to you all, every single zodiac sign, instead of one particular deity speaking to, being designated for one sign, everybody has the same deity. And as I've said in those videos, I'm a divination witch, and I speak to deities, and sometimes they come to me asking me to give messages to others, or sometimes they come to me wanting to work with me and offer me messages and lessons for a certain period of time. So I'm not going to pronounce or say the deity's name in this video, just so that I don't butcher or insult anyone who believes in this deity or who worship them or who work with them. So but I will say that this deity, its origins is Samoan, from the Samoan culture, but I will add their name and who they are, what they represent in the description box below, as well as in the title. So this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus, or wherever Aries lands in your chart. So I have 5 cards, which pertains to 5 questions that will be answered for the month of January, Aries. So let's go ahead and see what this particular deity has to say to you during this month, okay? So please excuse the noise. I'm outside in my backyard, so I live on a very busy street as well, so I'm so sorry. Please bear with me. So the first card out is, what should your focus be, Aries? And it seems that your focus should be on yourself. Your focus should be on loving yourself. It should be on feminine energy. Whether you're male or female, whether you resonate with male or female energy, masculine or feminine, this is about being friendly to yourself. So be sure during this month that your primary focus should be on your health, your reproductive system, whether especially if you're female, but whether you're male or female, you should be focused on your body, being friendly to yourself. And sometimes being friendly to yourself means being friendly to others, even if they're not being friendly to you, just not allowing negative energy, any negative energies from anyone, to manipulate or to dictate how you go about your day. And you see how you have the moon in this card here, and the moon is feminine in nature, so the moon is also something that you should definitely be focused on in the month of January, because it may have some type of message for you. So your primary focus this month in January, Aries, should be on yourself. Now, others of you may be pregnant. For those of you who are pregnant, and those of you who are looking to become pregnant, that is your primary focus this month. Making sure you're eating the right foods, making sure that you're taking care of your body, making sure you're going to your doctor's appointments. This is very, very important. Okay, making sure that you're getting a lot of rest for those of you who are pregnant, enjoying your pregnancy as well, not trying to force independence or trying to force, anything in regards to your independence. If people want to help you and chauffeur you around and bring you gifts or bring you food, let them do it. Let them do it, Aries. Don't be stubborn, okay? For others of you who may have a problem or trouble when it comes to having children, or you may have had a miscarriage for some of you, again, focus on your reproductive organs, your system. Make sure you're cleansing and detoxing your body. Make sure that you're not around a lot of stress, because stress during the month of January, stress could be a reason why you can't reproduce, or why you may have problems with your womb, for those of you who are trying to have children, okay? So all in all, this is all about being friendly to yourself and not allowing other people's words or energies to get to you that are unfriendly to your energy. Okay, so maybe you should also be friendly to people, even if they're not being friendly to you, or even if their energy contradicts yours or beats against yours. You know, just make the conscious decision to deal with people in a friendly and loving way, no matter what. Okay, because that may also help you calm your nerves and de-stress and detox. Okay. So the next card is going to be, what should you steer away from? What are some things that you need to stay away from in the month of January? And you have the Two of Pentacles. Now this represents change. Now this doesn't mean that you should steer away from change, but I feel that if you're trying to make something happen too quickly, you need to steer away from that. You need to be patient. You need to organize your mind, organize your home, organize your finances. Be more organized in how you do things, okay? And that may be a change for you, Aries, a very, very deep change that needs to happen within yourselves. So it's all about balance. It's about prioritizing, organizing your lives, okay? It's very, very important that you steer away from trying to make change happen or trying to slow it down. You just have to do the best you can in regards to your responsibilities and getting what you need to get finished, completed, not trying to do extracurricular things to make things happen, okay, or to control anything. This is about what you can control, do so, but what you can't control, let it go. This is not up to you to make any type of change occur. Okay, it's time to prioritize. So steer away from control, having control issues. Steer away from being afraid of change to the point where you're trying to control things so that they stay the same. Okay, so just make sure that you're balancing your diet, balancing your food intake, balancing portion control, or when it comes to your finances, balance your budget, balance how much money you spend, and start saving more. Balance your mind and what your thoughts are and how you think, because the mind and the body, or the physical realm, is attached to the spiritual realm, to the invisible. So just because you can't see things happening, or you feel that your thoughts don't have anything to do with your health, and you feel you have to do things in order to create change, that's not necessarily the case. Sometimes is what you're thinking and how you're feeling, and how you execute your actions based on how you feel. This is what can cause bad change. It can cause things to go wrong. So this is definitely about inner change for sure, and it affects the outer change. Okay, so steer away from trying to make things happen. Okay. So the third card out is going to be what this deity wants to give you in the month of January. And you have the Nine of Wands, and it represents strength. This deity is trying, this again, this fire energy. So it's trying to give you the passion and the strength to see things through, no matter how hard it may be. Not giving up on yourself. You have to continue. You may have to put up a little bit of a wall. You may have to take a stand against someone or a certain situation. You may have to take a stand against a certain thought process or a certain pattern of behavior. Okay. Making a statement with your actions. Okay, making a statement within your mind that I'm not going to allow this circumstance or this person or these people to change how I embrace my passions, how I embrace my self-love and self-care. Okay? And you see how you have the sun there. This is Leo energy. So that's a fellow fire sign. So there may be something that you can learn from Leo a little bit. Okay, Aries, this deity is trying to give you strength. It's trying to give you a wholesome mentality. It's trying to give you the armor that you need to stand against any obstacle, any circumstance, but not with anger or resentment or anxiety, but with love, with passion, with a fervent mindset. Having faith that, this strength that you have been born with, that you can use it. You have the power to use it to your benefit. You have the power to write your own story. Okay? So don't feel that you don't have what it takes. Don't feel that you're not strong, or you don't have the strength to see things through, or to finish the task that you've started maybe a long time ago. You have what it takes, Aries. Okay, so this deity is trying to give you strength, is trying to give you that armor, okay, and that determination, that passion. Okay, so the fourth card is going to be what this deity wants to protect you from in the month of January. So whatever this deity is trying to protect you from, Aries, make sure that you don't try to force things. Again, don't force things to happen out of fear. This deity is probably trying to steer you away from a certain thing. Don't be stubborn. It's very important. And it says the Magician. This deity is trying, there may be someone who may be a bit of a trickster. There may be people around you who may try to manipulate you, trying to manipulate your mind. Okay. Also trying to protect you from giving up on your hopes and dreams, giving up on the magic that resides within you, giving up on your future, on your goals, just because things are not looking the way you want them to be. And then again, for those of you who are trying to have children, don't give up. Don't give up on that. Okay? Don't listen to other people and how, you know, how their pregnancy may have gone, or how their motherhood may have gone, and allow that to manipulate your path with this circumstance or this situation or experience. Okay? So the Magician is a good card, but sometimes it can also represent trickery, you know, because it is called the Magician. Okay, so don't allow yourself to be easily manipulated. So there may be someone who, they may be a Scorpio, but if they're not a Scorpio, it's just someone who has a tendency to lie. They have a tendency to manipulate and to mix their words, or to cause you to feel confused. Okay, so be sure that you are aware. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself, and that you become self-aware and cognizant of what is going on around you. Don't let anything pass you by, because there may be people surrounding you who are a bit of a magician with their words or with their actions. Okay, so just be very, very, very careful. All right. So the last card from the tarot is going to be what your journey will have taught you by the end of January. And we have the High Priestess. Now this is interesting that the High Priestess has come out, because this again is teaching you to be fruitful in the things that you do inwardly. First, it starts with the High Priestess is all about inward. The third eye, the mind, the spirit, and it being attached to the body. Because you see these fruit down here, this is all about the inward, the matrix, but then it's bearing fruit down here. Okay, this is Pisces energy. So what you will have learned, what the universe and what this deity is trying to teach you by the end of the year, or not by the end of the year, by the end of the month, is to understand how to go inward, to find, before you take action, go inward and think about and brainstorm what you need to happen. It's going to take time with these crystals here. Like, crystals take a lot of time to form. Fruits and trees have take time to grow and to bear fruit, right? So things take time. Things are going to take time. Do not allow anyone to make you feel like things have to happen now, or if things aren't going the way you want them to now, don't allow them to make you feel like, well, it's just not going to work. And it's interesting that the High Priestess came out, because this also represents strong intuition. So with the Magician card coming out before that, in regards to what this deity wants to protect you from, there may be some people or some things that may have slipped under your nose, or maybe people are trying to do some very dishonest things, and you may need to utilize this high priestess energy. Others of you may be high priests or priestesses or shamans or witches or tarot readers, or use divination tools, or have dreams. Others of you may have Pisces in your chart, or or Taurus. So it's time to store your energy, okay? And it's time to store your energy for a time. This is not the time to use a whole bunch of energy right now, okay? That's not the time. The time is to store energy, because you also have this camel. This camel stores water within its system because it has a long journey ahead of them. Okay, so instead of exerting a lot of energy, camels have to store energy. So this is a time to store your energy, to create space for storage for your energy, so that when the time comes to use that energy, you're prepared. Okay, so don't exert too much energy in the month of January, Aries, because I feel that for some of you it's going to make you sick physically. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm going to take a sip of tea really quick. So let's see what your oracle messages have to say. So from the fairy forest, we have the Queen of the Darkwood Elves. And it represents premonition, foreshadowing, and mystery. So once again, you may not see what is ahead of you, Aries, and that may be frustrating for some of you, but you have to focus on the things that are happening now. You need to focus on the things that you need to get done now. Focus on your responsibilities, focus on yourselves, and I feel like a lot of you, your responsibility is to yourself to store energy for this long journey ahead of you. And it's interesting because Pisces got this same card. They got the same card. And Capricorn got the same card that Aquarius got, and you guys got the same card that Pisces got. So I feel like Pisces, each sign has something to learn from one another in this month of January for some of you. So inner self-love is what is needed, okay? And there are things that you can't comprehend right now, or things that don't make sense right now, but these things have to occur in order for the new beginnings and discoveries to happen. And there are those of you, just like Pisces, because Pisces came out in your reading. If those of you who have Pisces in your chart, that Pisces energy may cause you to be very, very psychic and empathic. So there could be those of you who are getting premonitions, and you're seeing that a lot of things are unfolding a certain way, and it's because it's a foreshadowing, as this card says, but you may not really understand or comprehend why it's happening at that moment, but you will know that it's happening for a reason. Okay, things have to be dark for a little bit in order for and things have to be dark for a time, because you have to work through the darkness. You have to keep walking through it. You have to get rid of things that no longer serve you in your life in order for the light to shine through. Okay, so just be aware of that, Pisces, Aries. Okay, so that's the next card from the Animal Spirit Oracle. We have the Shark, and this is, you have a lot of water in your reading. It's interesting. You have, well, not a lot, but it's funny how we have this water energy. We have Pisces here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and read this card off to you so that we can get a better understanding of the advice that this deity is trying to leave behind for you, and what they're trying to manifest for you in this month of January. The year has just barely started, and I'm pretty excited to see where this month takes us by the time we hit February and Aquarius season. So let me go ahead and find the Shark for you, if I can find the page. Give me 1 second, you guys. One moment. Here we go. Okay. So, the Shark. It says, It says directness, exposure, revealing true nature, and desire. The shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. When you're in balance with this card, Aries, you are intriguing, captivating, and mysterious. But when you're out of balance, you're sneaky and destructive. To bring into balance, you have to be honest. Okay, so what was I saying with the High Priestess and the Magician, both coming out next to one another? There is something, Aries, that you need to be honest about, or there is something that someone else needs to be honest about with you. Okay, there is a mixing of, there is some type of manipulation with words or with actions here. And it could be that you're also being this magician in a way where you're trying to make things, you're trying to do multiple things and make certain things happen that is beyond your limit right now. You don't have the energy, like I said, storing energy. You don't have the energy stored up in order to use, to be able to create this magic. Yet there are those of you who may be doing a lot of work to force these things to happen, or to kind of pull a rabbit out of a hat, or to make ends meet. But deep down inside, there is still some things that need to be addressed. Okay, Aries? But for others of you, if this is in regards to someone else, remember, self-love is first. So if there is someone in your midst that you're constantly having to bend over and pick up after them and clean up after them, or physically, or symbolically, or metaphorically, that may need to cease. Not may, it has to stop. And deep down inside, you know what this is. You know exactly, with the High Priestess here, you know exactly what this situation is. Whatever the situation is, Aries, it needs to cease. And before anything else can happen, anything good or anything new to occur, before you can enter the next chapter, you have to first take care of this premonition, take care of what is foreshadowing the next chapter, take care of what needs to be taken care of now. Okay, so if you feel like you have to walk around on eggshells, or you have to sneak around someone, or if there's someone that you're noticing is doing that to you, or you subconsciously feel like they're doing that to you, you may need to address that in order to move forward. Okay, so that's your message for the month of January, Aries. Much love and light to all of you on this journey. Good luck. I wish you all the very best. Please don't hesitate to like, share, comment, or subscribe to my channel if any of these messages resonate with your spirit or your energy in any way. I'm always happy to send guidance from the universe to anyone who's willing to come across my channel. So take care, you guys, and hopefully I'll see you in your next video. All right, take care. Bye.